2018 BMW 7 Series Review. The good points of BMW 7 Series: comfort, technology, driver appeal, efficiency. The bad points of BMW 7 Series: derivative looks, rear seat space, expensive options. 6 generations in, and also the BMW 7 Series still showcases the talents and technologies with the firm and its particular engineers, with 13 industry firsts debuting for this model set to filter onto the rest in the BMW range. For most of its 4-decade-long history, the 7 Series has been doing shadow from the Mercedes-Benz S-Class, and to a lesser extent the Jaguar XJ and Audi A8. Nevertheless, the firm believes this latest model will discover that balance redressed. More technology, more luxury. Included inside the baker's dozen of industry firsts introduced with this generation BMW 7 Series would be the firm's gesture control, which cuts down on the reliance on physical buttons to master various functions inside the cabin. Sensors close to the rear view mirror detect hand movements through the driver, using a simple rotation with the wrist enough to vary the stereo's volume, or perhaps a dismissive swipe from the hand in a position to reject an incoming phone call. It takes a short while to get accustomed to, but once you need to do it's strangely satisfying. Parking this gargantuan car could even be done while you're stood outside, due to the display key using its own 2.4-inch screen. Stand within 4 meters and operate the controls. Along with the 7 Series will drive forward or reverse slowly into the selected space. Ambient air fragrance with ionization allows the climate control to lessen any harmful or irritant particles from your air within the car, helping the experience for virtually any allergy sufferers, plus dispersing a fragrance of your choosing. At night, BMW's laser lights take LED technology a step further, having a full beam reach that doubles previous systems, with faster reactions and even more precise beam pattern. Meanwhile, the welcome light carpet will project an illuminated walkway towards the doors after you unlock your vehicle after the sun moved down. Petrol, diesel and plug-in hybrid engines. In typical BMW fashion, the 7 Series engine lineup was gradually expanded from launch, now comprising of 3 petrol choices, like the M760Li having a V12 powerplant along with a 3.7-second 0 to 62 miles per hour time, 2 diesels as well as the plug-in hybrid 740e versions. All engines are turbocharged. The slowest 0 to 62 miles per hour time continues to be sprightly at 6.2 seconds to the 730 LD, and so are mated with an 8-speed automatic gearbox. Unsurprisingly, it's the hybrid which leads the efficiency stakes, with the official claim up to 134.5 miles per gallon and CO2 emissions of 49 grams/km. Long wheelbase and X-drive available. The 7 Series is longer, by 19 mm, than its predecessor, with all the longest wheelbase rolling around in its class. In case you need a lot more room for one's rear passengers, a long wheelbase model is usually available, denoted by an L inside the model designation. This raises the distance relating to the wheels by 140 mm, giving rear seat passengers enough room to stretch out. It's much more luxurious if your buyer on the car has opted for that executive lounge seating, which offers 2 rear chairs with the adjustable backrest angle, around 42.5 degrees, along with a front passenger seat that could slide forward by around 90 mm. There's a fold-out table and additional storage compartment there too, and occupants can control various functions from your firm's touch command removable tablet while enjoying his or her entertainment about the rear screens. For the first time from the UK, the BMW 7 Series is available together with the firm's X-Drive 4-wheel drive system too, which apportions power to your wheels that require it most. BMW 7 Series Saloon Model History. October 2015, 6th generation 7 Series Saloon introduced in 730D, 730D X-Drive, 730 LD and 740 Li guises, all fitted using a raft of innovative technology including gesture control for some from the main interior functions plus a carbon fiber heavy understructure for lightness and strength. standard and M Sport trims can be purchased. November 2015, range expanded further together with the launch from the 740D X-Drive, 740L X-Drive and 750i versions in standard and M Sport guises. February 2016, all 7 Series variants available with handheld control automatic parking, allowing the trucker to be outside with the vehicle the way it glides in a bay. April 2016, strictly special M760Li X-Drive V12. The next 100 years brought to mark BMW centenary. Only 100 models will likely be available globally. All are painted Centennial Blue, using a smoke white leather interior. Power emanates from BMW's 610 horsepower 6.6-litre V12 engine. May 2016, exclusive trim level introduced by having an even greater concentrate on comfort, with the Executive Lounge package available on long wheelbase models, replacing the previous standard models. The previous Executive package is renamed the Premium package as well. October 2016, range expanded using the introduction from the plug-in hybrid 740e and 740Li X-Drive, the long wheelbase versions with 4-wheel drive. Power derives from an electric motor employed in conjunction that has a 2.0-litre turbocharged petrol engine. January 2017, high-performance M760Li X-Drive V12 and also the more luxurious M760Li X-Drive V12 Excellence with additional chrome open to order. Both have the 6.6-litre V12 engine producing 610 horsepower. March 2017, increased elements with the optional Driving Assistant Plus package including steering assistance up 100 miles per hour during obstacle avoidance maneuvers plus a remote 3D view on the car when negotiating narrow roads and parking areas. Watch the entire BMW 7 Series Saloon review to view why this could be the best 4-door luxury car if you want the driving experience. Comprehensive choice of turbocharged units. Pace and refinement the order from the day. M760Li comes with a sports saloon experience. In the UK, BMW 7 Series performance is utilized care of by 6 different power plants, 3 petrol engines, 2 diesels and another plug-in hybrid model. All come with the excellent 8-speed automatic gearbox, that's smooth, quick to shift, and well suited to your engine range. Frugal diesel power plants. The greater part of British 7 Series sales are diesel-fueled, out of the box now typical throughout the luxury saloon and from the market. Regardless of whether you select the 730D, 730LD, 740D or 740LD, it'll be powered by the 6-cylinder, 3.0-litre turbodiesel. There's a superb argument how the 265 horsepower 730D featuring its 620 Nm of torque SP watch broadly along the rev range is perhaps all the 7 Series you'll ever need. Like every model inside the range, its top speed is electronically governed to 155 miles per hour, whilst the 0 to 62 miles per hour time is really a sports car quick 6.1 seconds. Choose the 730D X-Drive using its 4-wheel drive and also the extra traction enables the 0 to 62 miles per hour, the perfect time to drop to 8 seconds. Alternatively, a corner wheel drive, long wheelbase 730LD sees the figure extend to 6.2 seconds, rendering it the slowest from the range. However, should you're a performance junkie and also a 7 Series diesel would be the only choice for you, this would be better to choose the 740D. For the UK, it simply be available in 4-wheel drive X-Drive form, either using the standard or long wheelbase 740LD option. There's 320 horsepower on tap that has a generous 680 Nm of torque, slashing the 0 to 62 miles per hour time down in order to 5.2 seconds, or 5.3 for your 740LD. Performance-centric petrol choices. Less popular within the UK would be the 7s that has a penchant for petrol. The mainstream offerings kick off while using twin-turbo 3.0-litre 6-cylinder unit fitted towards the long wheelbase, rear-wheel drive 740Li. There's 326 horsepower available, but at 450 Nm it's the smallest amount of torque from the range. Everything's relative, though, and that's still a powerful amount. During a car this size, the 0 to 62 mph sprint takes 5.6 seconds. If you fancy the charismatic timbre of your V8, then your twin-turbo 4.4-litre motor installed within the standard Wheelbase 750i may well be more up your street. Power and torque both are significantly ramped up to 450 horsepower and also a diesel-like 650 Nm respectively, decimating the 0 to 62 mph standard to 4.7 seconds. Should that doesn't sate your desire for speed, then there's only one option: the twin-turbo 6.6-litre V12 fitted for the long wheelbase, four-wheel drive M760 LX drive. It's not only a full-blown M7, nonetheless it has been significantly reworked by BMW's M Performance sub-brand. Its statistics are extraordinary: 610 horsepower and 800 Nm of torque from 1,550 revolutions per minute mean it is going to become one quick saloon. That 0 to 62 mph blast takes just 3.7 seconds, rendering it the fastest accelerating BMW up to now. And, yes, even though the top speed's still 155 mph, in the event you specify the optional M driver's package, it can increase to some mightier 189 mph, plug-in hybrid efficiency standard bearer. Working in conjunction, having an electric motor is usually a 2.0-litre, turbocharged four-cylinder unit inside 740e and 740 LX drive, within a mechanical package closely aligned while using plug-in hybrid BMW X540e. It's the particular engine ever being fitted to your 7 Series, but why is it not called 720e, nicely ask? Well, combine the two power sources produce 326 horsepower, much like the 740i. Plus, the marketing department may have a problem using a derivative that sounded close to performance, regardless of whether its 500 Nm of torque ensures it's not. BMW claims the 740e can run around 29 miles in pure electric mode. Of course, this will depend with your speed and driving style. Still, it'll complete the 0 to 62 mph sprint in 5.4 seconds, or 5.3 in the event you go for your 740 LX drive. No slouch, then. Sharper drive an automobile than its rivals. Carbon core structure saves weight. Four-wheel drive for your first time inside the UK. If there's something the BMW 7 Series was always renowned for, it absolutely was the way it drove. Certainly, that it was always an improved car to operate a vehicle than its competitors, regardless of whether it couldn't entirely match them for passenger comfort. That balance has shifted, slightly, with this particular 6th generation model. Even so, the 7 Series remains engaging, agile and responsive. Partly, that has for being attributed towards the lighter weight carbon core construction, which could save nearly 130 kilograms off the vehicle's weight compared using a similarly specified predecessor. That's in spite of the vast boost in technology available about the car. Another breakthrough over the old 7 Series will be the suspension, which moves from air suspension just for the rear, to some self-leveling system right across the vehicle. This might be raised by 20 mm when the going gets slightly rough, or lowered by 10 mm, this occurs at higher speeds for additional stability. Raft of electronica. Active roll stabilization ensures the BMW reduces roll around perhaps the tightest of bends into a minimum, resulting in the luxury limo that corners using a flat, composed and poised attitude. Using the camera from the windscreen, sat-nav data and analytics of driving style, the 7 Series can be acquired with predictive active suspension, so that it can predict the camber of any corner before you've even reached it, starting its suspension and responses accordingly. And needless to say, the 7 Series is included with variable damper control as standard, allowing users to specify the kind of response they want the automobile to make over virtually any road surface. The adaptive function about the driver performance control will optimize responses dependent on historical and current data, while users can individually configure elements with the chassis thus to their taste. The integral active steering using its variable rack is surely an optional extra, as well as the 7 Series can be acquired with active rear wheel steering. For the first time within the UK, the firm's flagship can be had, having its X-Drive 4-wheel drive system, which shuffles traction involving the tyres together with the most available. Where promoted comes into play is within poor weather, particularly in winter, when traction is in a premium. All this results in a very BMW 7 Series that feels similar to the rest from the BMW range they are driving, which can be, to say, fluid, responsive, plus a pleasure to operate a vehicle, even when it remains no less than one notch far from a truly engaging and fun to drive car, mostly because of its size. M Performance version. Fun is undoubtedly an adjective that may be utilized to describe the handling with the M760 X-Drive V12, the flagship engineered by BMW's M division. The fundamental components are actually recalibrated to deal while using V12's copious numbers of power, but those modifications increase the risk for BMW feel more light and responsive, belying its size, which consists of newfound agility. And unlike many BMWs that happen to be rather sanitized, by switching into sport mode and turning off of the stability control system, DSC, tail sliding heroics are also within the cards. It's a positively engaging sports saloon, albeit in XXL size. Superb quality cabin, but seems as if other BMWs. Touchscreen complements iDrive system. Gesture control available, being an inexpensive option. The biggest difference here, since on first glance the cabin looks just like the rest from the large BMW range, may be the addition of an touch interface to the infotainment screen. It can always be operated utilizing the iDrive, nevertheless the ability to prod, swipe and pinch with the screen just like you would a smartphone is going to be more intuitive with a. Of course, the firm's new gesture control option could possibly be less intuitive in the beginning. Certainly, our experience with all the systems suggested it'll take a short while to ensure you are waving your hand around inside the correct place and in the correct speed. It is curiously satisfying to dismiss an incoming telephone call using a disregarding swipe of your respective fingers. The cabin smells rather nice too, on account of the option from the 7 Series ambient air package, which could ionize the oxygen to help with allergies and fragrance the cabin. There are 6 different scents available, with 4 included on each new 7 Series as standard. And getting comfortable is simple, as a result of plenty of electric adjustment of their steering wheel and comfort seats, which will also be heated and provides a massage about the move. The multifunction instrument display is apparent and easy to watch, as will be the main infotainment display, as the touch-sensitive controls to the climate control certainly are a joy to utilize. Those inside back are treated to generous amounts of legroom, especially from the long wheelbase model having its extra 140mm involving the wheels, along with the fit and complete around the cabin is superb. We'd also wager how the interior design, without as distinctive as the interior of the S-Class, is much more refined and restrained through an ability to stand examination of time. Still slightly firmer compared to Mercedes S-Class. Air suspension standard, predictive system optional. Long wheelbase designs include 140mm more rear legroom. If there's one element the revolutionary car were required to nail, it's this one, and in many cases before you start to experience the vehicle firsthand it's clear that BMW 7 Series comfort is definitely an improvement in the previous iteration. This 6th generation is 19mm over its predecessor and has a class-leading wheelbase length, ensuring there's an abundance of room for occupants to loosen up and get comfortable. A variety of quiet and refined diesel and petrol engines add towards the serenity within the move, plus the 7 Series proves a snug and relaxing destination to spend time. It's clearly stacked with standard kit to make sure your experience is a bit more cosseting than usual, using the previous Dakota leather upgraded to soften upper hide, the trunk seats coming detailed with Alcantara comfort pillows on the headrests, as if you'd find in the Mercedes S-Class. opt for the BMW individual package. Along with the seats may be wrapped in fine grain merino leather, through an open pore structure and super soft surface. Both front and back seats are heated as standard, as the heat comfort pack warms the armrests and controls for colder climes. Massages are available within the Move 2, with 8 different relaxing programs as well as the addition of your Vitality program to present exercise for the Move for passengers. Previously the 7 Series only agreed to be fitted with air suspension around the rear wheels. The good news is it is deployed through the fronts at the same time, as they are self-leveling. Variable dampers are widely used to alter the reactions on the car according to your preset selection with the user, and electromechanical active roll stabilization stops the 7 Series from rolling around significantly. Choose to incorporate the Executive Drive Pro system, and between 9 to 60 miles per hour the 7 Series uses its cameras to scan the highway ahead for imperfections or adjustments to direction and topography before altering the suspension to fit, effectively presetting its responses watching for what's ahead. Add the Executive Lounge console option, or select the long wheelbase model, and also the passenger experience is all the more comfortable as a result of rear seats that recline at approximately 42.5 degrees plus a front passenger seat that will be slid forward by 90 mm with regard to added rear legroom. A fold-out table, 2 cup holders and 7-inch touch command tablet, which may be used outside from the car at the same time, increase rear seat comfort. The BMW 7 Series produces a welcoming impression at night time too, using the Welcome Light carpet, which projects a walkway of light to your door after you open your vehicle, and 6 different interior ambient light colors available. There's fashionable panoramic glass roof, the Sky Lounge option, which embeds 15,000 patterns in the glass to produce a starlit sky effect, and ambient highlight, which projects ambient light into the trunk cabin in the B-pillars. All of this might be controlled in intensity and color while using the iDrive. Generously equipped through the range. M Sport is really a popular trim level about the 7 Series. Extensive and expensive solutions. Theoretically, the 7 Series range needs to be simple for getting one's head around with just 3 trim amounts of standard, exclusive and M Sport through the range, but BMW's got trickier than that. In part because different engine sizes and wheelbase lengths get slightly different numbers of kits, as explained below. Standard BMW 7 Series saloon equipment. You can hardly call the 730D and 730D X-Drive entry level, but they will be the starting point in the 7 Series range. Included of their generous kit rosters are 18-inch multi-spoke alloy wheels, LED headlights and tail lamps, metallic paint, adaptive cruise control, automatic lights and wipers, all-round parking sensors along with a reversing camera. Inside you make use of 4-zone climate control, a 10.25-inch color touchscreen, DAB radio with enhanced Bluetooth connectivity, high-gloss fine-line wood trim, and heated leather seats front and back. Progress towards the 730LD, 740E, 740Li, 740Li X-Drive, 740LD X-Drive or 750i has an electrical glass sunroof and rolling sunblind with the rear window added on the spec. Add the exclusive trim to the of those versions and you'll discover the otherwise optional gesture control, rear comfort seats, soft close doors and other exterior chrome are added to your specification. Prefer the sportier look? All of People models could be kitted out in M Sport Guise, which removes the exclusive models additions, but brings 19-inch double spoke allowers, dark gloss exterior trim, black wood and metal look interior trim, sportier gearbox ratios along with a more purposeful bodykit on the BMW Party. Sitting atop the 7 Series range will be the M760Li X-Drive V12, focusing significantly on performance without having to sacrifice luxury. There's an enhanced bodykit, amplified by matte cerium grey detailing and 20-inch M double-spoke alloys. Behind the wheels are 19-inch brake discs with blue calipers and adaptive LED headlamps in the beginning. Settle aboard and view the Bowers & Wilkins Diamond multi-channel surround sound system, the ceramic finish for that switchgear, a head-up display for key driving information as well as a massage function for the individually reclining rear seats. If that's an excessive amount of sport rather than enough luxury, then for that same price you can pick the M760 Li X-Drive V12 Excellence, which looks more inconspicuous, type of, with lushings of exterior chrome, another design of 20-inch alloy wheel which has a polished finish, a leather and wood leader and traditional brown wood decor in your home. Optional BMW 7 Series Saloon Accessories. Although metallic paint is standard, there's two non-metallic colors to select from, Alpine White and Jet Black, which often can be added for no expense. There's also an array of individual gloss finishes and frozen matte paints. Buyers will then select from various alloy wheel designs, in a selection of 18, 19 and 20-inch diameters, to help customize their 7 Series. Alongside the conventional air suspension, buyers may add Executive Drive Pro, standard about the M760 Li, which uses information from stored analytics, cameras inside the windscreen and sat-nav information to predict the movements from the car along with the road it's traveling along. By achieving this, the suspension system can preempt any surface imperfections and sharp corners, allowing your vehicle to remain stable, composed and comfy, regardless of the conditions. Integral active steering may also be included, that has a variable ratio rack sharpening the driving experience further. Adaptive headlights may be supplemented by adaptive LED headlights, or excellent laser lights, which quantity high beam array of conventional units. Safety is further bolstered with the driving assistant option with city collision mitigation, forward collision warning, lane departure warning and pedestrian detection. Head-up display, HUD, and night vision with pedestrian detection further enhance safety. Park Assist, the spot that the BMW will park itself, is taken a stride further with remote control parking while using ability to drive the vehicle into or out of your space, directly ahead or behind, while outside the vehicle, with all the key to regulate it. A heat comfort package warms the controls and all the armrests around the auto, while ventilated seats can be found front and rear. The massage function is standard inside the front, with availability to provide those for the back bare, too. The ambient air package, which ionizes air to help individuals with allergies and infuses different fragrances into your cabin, can be acquired with 6 fragrance choices, with 4 supplied inside vehicle. They'll each last approximately a few months in normal use, and price less than £30 for the twin pack replacement. Keeping unwanted sounds outside from the car comes for laminated glass, while letting the net in is surely an option because of the internet access package. Those who wish to enjoy outdoor pursuits of their 7 Series could add an electric-powered tow bar. 3 glazed roof options can be obtained, a set panoramic, an electrical glass sunroof and also the Sky Lounge panoramic roof which uses LED lights to recreate the starlit sky. The big innovation within the 7 Series would be the firm's gesture control, which sees some rudimentary functions operated without actually touching any buttons. Using sensors built to the roof and windscreen area, simple swipes and rotations from the hand will vary the volume with the stereo or cancel, accept any incoming phone calls. As the technology advances, updates is usually loaded on the car's system to regulate other functions. Audio buffs can do well to incorporate the excellent Harman, Kardon audio package or perhaps the Bowers & Wilkins multi-channel audio system having its 16 speakers, 10-channel amplifier, 1,200W output and specially engineered speaker grills. Packed with protective kits, such as dynamic safety system. Carbon core underpinnings improve strength. Laser lights option doubles full beam reach of conventional headlamps. Previously BMW 7 Series safety was not ever independently scrutinized by Euro NCAP, and we'd expect the brand new model to adhere to suit. Regardless, BMW takes pride inside safety technology placed on its flagship, and uses it to preview kit that may soon filter recorded onto other models from the firm's range. All 7 Series feature 8 airbags, covering side, front and head protection with ISOFIX child seat mountings within the rear. If a collision is unavoidable, the dynamic safety system prepares your vehicle by closing side windows and optimizing the position with the occupants, by activating the seatbelt tensions and raising the angle in the backrests, to be sure the most beneficial outcome. and this generation BMW 7 Series relies on a carbon core, which not merely lowers the automobile's weight over its predecessor, but helps it be safer as a result of enhanced stiffness and strength, whilst standard crumple zones. People will discover you coming, or going, due to LED headlights and brake lights, with all the former turning themselves on automatically and swapping between high and dipped main beam as being the situation requires. Adaptive cruise control that has a brake function means don't drive into your vehicle in front, even though they're going slower, whilst the standard reversing camera should allow you to avoid dinging the bodywork in a vehicle park maneuver. Like many others within the range, the revolutionary 7 Series includes run-flat tires and also a tire pressure monitoring system. Of course, just as you'll be able to the exterior and interior, the protection kit on your own 7 Series might be upgraded too with BMW laser lights which double conventional lights' 300-meter high beam range. Inside, drivers may appreciate the head-up display letting them keep their eyes about the road. As you move, the night vision with pedestrian detection should assist in avoiding any walkers drivers don't spot. Remote parking allows users to park their 7 Series through key fob from outside your vehicle. As you move, the surround view system allows them to discover every inch of these 7 Series during low-speed maneuvering. Those searching for better value inside the safety-focused options list should be thinking about the driving assistant package including city collision mitigation, forward collision warning, lane departure warning, pedestrian detection and speed limit information. Driving Assistant Plus has active cruise control, with stop, start function, crossing traffic warning, lane keep, improve, active side collision protection and steering and lane control assist. Comfortable for everyone occupants, especially in long wheelbase guys. Ample 515-litre boot, accessible via a boot lid. Park your car or truck while you're stood outside it with all the key. Designed like a luxury car above all, BMW 7 Series practicality isn't necessarily considered one of its strongest points. Certainly, in case you're trying to find executive transport that will carry a wardrobe or two, then your BMW 5 Series Touring may be a greater bet. However, this generation 7 Series is 19mm over before, the identical width, and it has a class-leading wheelbase, turning it into perfectly comfortable for passengers, front or rear. Choose the long wheelbase model has an additional 140mm of legroom available, ensuring the tallest of passengers can loosen up comfortably within the rear. Stick while using standard car. There are 3 seats. SP watch out through the rear bench, however the executive lounge console option restricts this to merely 2 chairs. The boot is really a generous 515 litres within the diesel and petrol models, and then there's an optional through-loading hatch that measures 20 by 24 centimeters. Choose the plug-in hybrid 740e or 740X drive, as well as the total boot space reduces to 420 litres. Otherwise the cabin is conventional luxury car, meaning there are numerous usefully, as opposed to generously, sized compartments for assorted items. There's also plenty to help keep occupants entertained when not about the move, for example the option for television reception, rear seat entertainment and the excellent Bowers & Wilkins audio upgrade. And in case you find parking your 7 Series difficult, or simply just have a garage too narrow that you open your doors and find in or out easily, the firm gets the solution, because of the optional remote control parking. After positioning the car directly in line using the space you wish to park in, it is possible to step out and make use of the electronic key fob to drive the vehicle forwards or backwards in the space. It will steer slightly available for you, but only by adding nearly 2 levels of angle, along with the car are only able to travel for nearly 1.5 times its own length.